Hi everyone, it's Helen here. Today I'm gonna share with you a sweet and savory recipe. Well, it might sound like a little weird combination for Westerners, but it's actually loved by many Asians. It's called bánh bông lan mặn or savory cake. The good thing about this cake is that you don't really need an oven to bake the cake. You can also make it in a rice cooker. So let's begin.
Helen's recipes.
For the fillings, you're gonna need 2 Chinese sausage links. Cut one of them into thin slices on the diagonal and cut the other into small dices. Half an onion, also finely diced, and also some spring onion, cilantro, and a slice of cheese. Soak 2 tablespoons of dry shrimps in hot water for about 15 minutes to soften, and then roughly chop them. Heat 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in a pan and stir fry the diced onion for about 30 seconds. Then add the chopped dry shrimps and the Chinese sausages. Stir for a minute and then lower the heat. Season with half a teaspoon of chicken stock, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and stir fry for about 3 to 4 minutes and then turn off the heat. Let cool completely. In a small bowl, mix 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil with a teaspoon of water and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Line a baking pan with some parchment paper to prevent sticking. Separate 4 medium-sized eggs, keeping the whites and the yolks in 2 different bowls. In order to get the best result, make sure that the eggs are at room temperature, the bowls are perfectly clean, and when you separate the eggs, make sure that there's no egg yolk drop into the egg whites. You also need 100 grams of all-purpose flour or cake flour, 100 grams of sugar, and a half teaspoon of lime juice. Add 1/8 teaspoon of salt into the egg whites and beat on medium until you see big bubbles. Then add half a teaspoon of lime juice and continue beating on medium until the bubbles become smaller like soap. Gradually and slowly add the sugars and continue beating on high speed until you reach soft peak. Then add 1 yolk at a time and beat on low. Also slowly add in the oil and vanilla mix. Sift 1/3 of the flour and mix into the eggs mixture. Then continue until you sift all the flour. Don't overmix the cake batter, otherwise the cake gonna be tough. Use a spatula to scrape down the sides and mix it up. Drop the bowl on the table 2 times to break the big bubbles, and then pour the cake batter into the baking pan. Bang the cake pan on the counter 1 more time, and then bake the cake at 175 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. Then take it out and distribute the fillings all over the surface of the cake. Make sure you don't put too much fillings on top, otherwise it's gonna be very heavy and the cake cannot continue to rise. Sprinkle some chopped green onions on top, and then we're gonna continue to bake the cake for another 30 minutes until you insert a toothpick into the center of the cake and it comes out clean. That's when it's cooked through. During the last 10 minutes, you can sprinkle some cilantro, break some cheese, and pork floss over the top. Another popular topping is salted egg yolk or trứng muối, and if you are a fan of those, do add them too. The total baking time in an oven and also in a rice cooker is around 40 minutes, and you add the toppings only when the cake is half cooked. If you add the topping too late, it's gonna have difficult time sticking to the cake and it can fall off really easily. If you have to use the rice cooker, you just press cook
And then after about 10 to 15 minutes, when it comes to warm again, you just press cook again and do it a few times until the cake is completely done. And it's gonna take about 40 minutes. Either you use with oven or the rice cooker.
The cake smells so good, and it has a really great balance between sweet and savory. As you can see, there's no milk or butter in the recipe and very little flour, so you can enjoy the cake without feeling so bad about gaining weight.
If you like my savory cake, don't forget to click like and also subscribe to my channel for more delicious Asian desserts and Vietnamese foods. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.